Good morning. It's Saturday, April 22nd. I'm Rose.
I'm Rhoda.
And this is the Something Good Morning Show.
Hello.
Hello. It is our bucket list edition. Woo! We're so excited. This is like one of our favorite national holidays, national calendar holidays that people really don't pay attention to, but we do. It's technically Monday, April 24th. So be sure and do something that
you've never done before.
Ordinary.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And as you'll notice, we are not live today. We did have to pre-record, but still enjoy. Just do what you got to do to make sure it gets out each week.
Mm-hmm. So, for fashion, first of all, before that, let's just share one of our bucket list.
Yeah, it is the bucket list edition. So, what is one of your top bucket list items?
Well, so many. So, generally speaking, it all has to do with travel. It seems like, there's some other ones, but so one that I've really been wanting to do is go to Blackberry Farm. It's in Tennessee. It's this amazing farm to table goodness. Plus there's all these fun outdoor activities and it's just kind of luxurious, but yet you're out in the country. So it's just always seemed really intriguing.
Yeah.
And you have something a little more exotic.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't have any aspirations to summit Everest or any snowy mountain, really. I don't want to put my life in danger.
You might get the bug after you climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro seems doable and but still a big accomplishment, and you don't have to be in all the snow and ice picks and all that. So plus it's Nepal and another country. I'll have passport will travel, so yeah, that'd be fun to check off sometime.
Yeah. So let us know what your bucket list item is in the comments below. We'd love to hear. And just sometimes you get inspired at what somebody else is doing. It's that's a good one, adding it to mine.
Yeah. Does anyone have just a running bucket list notes in their notes application on their phone? I just have one that I keep adding to whenever I think of something. So yeah, let us know what one of yours is.
Yes.
Tell us below.
Okay, so for fashion.
Yes.
Now, obviously it'd be fun someday to go to an awards show and get all dressed up and have somebody do your makeup and hair and just feel totally pampered, looking like your best self. So yes, that's something that I would love to do. But just really bringing it down to
our level,
but still being a bucket list item. Just having a good pair of designer jeans, maybe a few pairs of designer jeans that are
having them tailored just
exactly
to fit
tailored,
you.
Especially because it's okay, I'm shorter, and sometimes it's hard to get jeans that fit just right, and even if they're petite, and so I definitely think, I would love a good pair of designer jeans that fit just right, tailored, like you said.
Yes. And I've always thought it'd be really fun to have some really nice jewelry. I mean, of course, I'm looking for the ring, but that's not happened yet. But I will be satisfied with David Yurman jewelry.
Yes.
So if you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's beautiful. And I remember a friend in college had a ring from David Yurman, and it was just gorgeous. I just loved it. So it's just fun to have aspirations like that, something to shoot towards, save for, maybe treat yourself one day. But
yeah, we're all about treating ourselves, aren't we? Okay, and then also, I'm sorry, but a Louis, it's just kind of, I think
Louis Vuitton.
Every girl's dream to have a Louis bag, and so that's kind of on our bucket list. Just shamelessly putting that out there.
You know how it is. Sometimes brands just get you, and we definitely
kind of just classic.
Yeah, we definitely had a moment in New York City.
We did.
If you've ever been to Canal Street, where they have all the knockoffs, although you think they're real, and you're getting this real thing when you're not. So we definitely years ago went and just kind of went wild.
We were on
a Chanel bag, a Louis,
a designer high,
Gucci.
Imitation designer high.
Yeah.
We were just Fendi. They just bring on all the designer brands.
Now we just have to laugh at ourselves. But
yeah,
it was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, just jumping in, you know, vans and like, yes, I'll take one of those and one of those. And
yeah. And then the police would come by and everyone would scatter.
What were we thinking? And you got a big duffel bag in Thailand.
Yeah, when I went to Thailand, they have like everything knockoff and like a big Louis, like carry-on size, we're talking. And that was really fun for a few years until it, you know, kind of started falling apart. Wasn't the real thing. But maybe one day we'll have the real thing.
Yes.
That's our goal.
Yeah. Now for food.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so there is this, I think they're still on Instagram. They're called Outstanding in the Field. And they do these really adventurous dinners.
Yes.
So they have, you know, these just long tables out in the field, and
beautiful tablescapes.
So beautiful, and an amazing food, and these spectacular outdoor locales. And so I'm not sure if they've ever come to Washington because, well, the weather.
Yeah, weather dependent. Maybe in the summer.
Yeah, we may need to travel to another state to experience them, but you definitely need to check them out. That's definitely on the bucket list as far as
really
food
fun.
goes. Yeah, so Outstanding in the Field.
Yeah, what else did we have on our bucket list for food? Oh, yes. I always thought it would be wonderful to try a Michelin star restaurant. I just never done that. And I just think it would be fun, just something to try out. I don't know, maybe I will like it, maybe I won't. But we were trying to think of that movie with the Michelin star chef. He goes from like nothing to like a big star. It's like 150 feet or something it's called. Anyways, you guys know what I mean.
Yes.
But yeah, that always reminds me that I'm like, oh, it'd just be cool to go to like a really fancy restaurant with good food and just experience it, just see what it's all about, basically. So, and that's what bucket list is about, just trying a new thing. Just maybe it's something you'll love, maybe something you don't, but you just try it because get outside your comfort zone.
Well, and something that you mentioned, which I think is a really great idea, well, kind of also inspired from Julia and Julia.
Yes.
Is just cooking or baking your way through, you know, cookbook, a baking book. I mean, you may be missing some really epic recipes, you know, because you just go to your old faithfuls, your old tried and trues, and it's a good way to expand.
Yeah, you just like force yourself to
palate.
Do it, you know, and I feel like you kind of just like pick out the ones you like in the cookbook, but it would be fun to just like be like, nope, all the way through, we're trying every recipe and finding some new gems probably. So yeah, maybe put that on the list to do someday.
And for fitness, okay, so who can do a pull-up? She can. Okay, I haven't tried recently, so I'm not sure, but if you're doing push-ups and other arm workouts, you know, you may be closer than you think.
Yes.
One of the things our brother always says is just he's really into, you know, functional fitness. You need to be able to, you know, pull yourself out of a ditch if you had to. Like, you need to be able to handle your own luggage when you're on the plane. You need to be able to put it in and get it out of that overhead compartment.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, and there's just something empowering about being able to do a pull-up.
Yes.
Like, just be like, I can do a pull-up. Like, I mean, I remember just thinking, there's just no way I could pull myself up. It's like physically not possible. But then lo and behold, I kept practicing and I was able to do it. So you can do it. And we'll link to our brother's pull-up progression.
Yes.
He has like these exercises you can do, and it just builds the strength you need to be able to finally do a pull-up. And yeah, we'll link that below. But it's a big deal. You feel like so strong once you do.
Yeah, and I think we've also talked about doing like snowshoeing or, I mean, obviously just getting better at skiing and stuff, but I've never really tried snowshoeing.
Yeah,
I know. That sounds kind of fun and ethereal.
Yeah, definitely put that on list. And then another one I had thought of was something called Ragbri. I've seen it, and it's biking across Iowa, but they make it super fun, like just... There's all these little towns you go through and you can stop, and they're giving out like free pie and barbecue and
is there gluten-free pie?
All of these things along the way. They just make it very fun. So I've seen like some YouTube videos on it before, and I'm like, that would be really fun. Just like go to somewhere, like I've never been to Iowa, or maybe I've driven through, but just to like kind of make a fitness adventure of it.
Yes, fitness adventures.
So it's kind of like the Seattle to Portland we have here in the Northwest, but this one just seemed, funner, if I can say that word. I don't know if there's a lot of like fun stops along the Seattle-Portland. I haven't done that ride, but I don't really feel like there is. This is just like a huge deal. Like everyone's into it. So yeah, anyways, that's another little fitness adventure we might do someday.
Yes. And so for faith, inspiration, you know, I think we all want to leave a legacy. And, you know, I think one of the ways we can do that is really, you know, having a journal. And like if you have a prayer request or something that's like, man, this is a big thing, or I don't know how I'm ever going to do this, writing it down. And then, you know, when it happens, write it down.
Answered prayer.
Document your life. Document some of the big milestones in life. And even if nobody else ever sees it, like, you know, you see it, and it'll inspire you and kind of give you the oomph and the faith you need to keep taking, you know, those big steps.
But
I think
journaling is important.
Yeah.
I think it's good to keep a record of big things that have happened in your life, or things like your grandchildren could look back on, or, and you just forget about stuff. So really writing it down and being like, wow, I did that. That's amazing.
We love talking to our grandma. It's like, wow, really, Grandma? I totally forgot about that. I never knew that. You know, I'm like, we need to write these things down, because it doesn't even seem like a big deal to her, but we're like, that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And so it inspires us to like, okay, if it happened for Grandma, it can happen for us.
Yeah.
So now for some fun finds.
Yeah, what are our bucket list finds?
Well, we might as well just say travel.
All the travel.
All the travel. So you mentioned
some of our top destinations, though.
Greece. Greece is definitely in the top 3.
We did a big Italy trip a few years ago, but we were so close to Greece, but we couldn't wing it. Yeah. But yes, we'll go to Greece someday.
And then also, we want to see the Northern Lights.
Yes, wouldn't that be amazing? I would love to see the Northern Lights. I hear that you kind of have to have a chunk of time, because you just never know when it's going to happen. So some people go for a couple weeks and never see them. So unless you get lucky, you really have to time it right. But yeah, that would be really fun. That's on the list. And then I would love to see the Christmas markets in Europe. They're just in December, just all over, you know, Austria and Germany and France. There's all these amazing outdoor Christmas markets in the square, and it's always been on my list to go see that. So maybe this year we can wing it. We can make it happen. So yeah, what else? Do we have any
well, obviously just learning another language, you know. That's obviously good for brain health and so many things, and how cool it was just like break out in another language.
Yeah, you really have to like commit to it though, you know, 10 minutes a day on Babbel or Duolingo or something.
I still get the notifications like, yes, I'm still here.
That's good. And or like learning a new instrument. It's always something good to pick up. Just anything new like that is good for the brain. I think good for the soul too, in a way. Like
good for the soul.
Keeping yourself going and always learning.
And I always thought it would be fun to just like, I don't know, fund a bunch of campaigns on Kickstarter, or just like see what people are doing and think, wow, that is such a great idea. I want to get behind it and just like support them and just be able to have the means to be able to do that, to help people who are starting out with some great ideas or inventions or businesses.
Help those entrepreneurs out.
Yes.
And we talked too about just going to a restaurant and being able to just like leave a huge tip, like here's $500, and you just leave and walk out the door and just really bless that waitress or waiter. That would be really fun. I'm not quite up to that level of tipping, but I hope to be.
But you do tip.
I do tip, yes. I have worked in the service business before and a barista, so tips are important. I get it. So
insider's point of view right here.
Anyways,
let us
let us know your bucket list items. I'd love to add some more to mine, so I'm curious to know what people are aspiring to out there. But yeah, make it a great week.
Yes, definitely make it a great week. You better do something interesting, out of character on Monday on bucket list day.
Yes.
So we want to hear about it.
Yes, we do. Okay, well, thanks for joining us again this week, and we will see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.